The Pickering family has been thrown into the spotlight recently as the pain-capable Unborn Child Protection Act is nicknamed Micah's Law after their 5-year-old son. The humble family from Iowa never expected they'd help to advance pro-life laws, but they believe it's something God is calling them to do. Here's this week's Pro-Life Focus. Born weighing just over 1 pound, little Micah Pickering's start to life didn't come as planned.
It was scary, it was heartbreaking. I mean, we had to just cry out to God.
First-time parents Danielle and Clayton Pickering rushed to the hospital in 2012 when Danielle's water broke months early. Their child was born at just 20 weeks or 22 weeks gestation.
Right away, he had to be intubated. I mean, put a ventilator down his throat and inflate those lungs. Those lungs were just super, super weak.
You could see his suffering from the very moment.
Micah was in the NICU for 128 days before going home. 5 years later, he's a young boy who recently started kindergarten. He requires a little more sleep than the average kid and had a speech delay. But Micah's parents say his health today is great. Micah, how do you like kindergarten?
Do you like school? No.
Now standing with us here is Micah Pickering.
The one thing not typical about 5-year-old Micah is he is the face of a pro-life bill and came to Washington, D.C. recently when the House of Representatives announced they were going to vote on the pain-capable Unborn Child Protection Act, or Micah's Law. The bill would ban abortions at 20 weeks, protecting babies in the womb at the same age Micah was when he was born. Some doctors have argued the odds of an extreme micro-preemie baby like Micah surviving aren't good and don't recommend interventions. But the Pickerings are grateful they fought for their child's life.
This isn't something that you're asking to deliver your baby at 22 or 23 weeks. It's just something that you're faced, and when you're faced with that situation, most parents are like, yeah, let's save this baby.
This is your very personal family story. What's it been like to have that shared with so many and used to lobby and rally support behind the pain-capable Unborn Child Protection Act?
I never would have thought it, and it's an honor. I mean, it's an honor just to be able to be used, and that's why we come out here. Is we feel a responsibility to take advantage for the opportunity that God gives to tell people about Micah. And I think a lot of the statist people just don't have the knowledge. A lot of women and a lot of families, they like we've learned just by going through it. So hopefully just the public can get a greater knowledge that these things are happening, and these babies can be saved if they are given the chance.
It's been very surreal. Just, we're used to our nice quiet life, and then we come out here and there's not much quiet about DC.
Clayton, you're a Baptist minister. Throughout this whole journey, how have you leaned on your faith and led your family in the faith during this time?
Well, because we had it before, and a lot of times, just as the sun, clouds will come over the sun, and it's there, even though you can't see it. And a lot of times, those trials and situations, you don't know what God is doing, but you know who He is. I am what I am. So even though it looked like God was against us or doing bad things, we know Him. Not just know about Him, we know Him. We're His body. We're His witnesses. And so that's what I believe God has done with Micah, is to give these unborn babies a face and a witness to the truth.
What do you hope your family's message is and Micah's message is to anyone who hears it?
I just hope Micah's message would be that this is the person that is inside that womb. There is a person in there that will grow up, that will, smile and laugh and play, and, that you'll be able to hug and kiss and just be able to love. And that person is worthwhile. We were thrown into a situation that was less than ideal, and we chose to fight for him. And nothing about life is the same, but it's, far and away better. It's just an incredible life.
People need to understand that from pro-life standpoint, that's the aspect of, you know, he's as full of life when he was today as he was when he was, you know, first born. You know, he's just bigger, he's just stronger.